Good morning, class. Today we're going to learn some new words. Let's see if anybody knows this word. I'm new here and I don't have any friends. I don't have anyone to go to the bar with me, and I don't have a boyfriend or a girlfriend. Great. Lonely. Good job, Timothy. Okay, let's do one more. I come from so far away from here, and I miss my parents' cooking. My bed was so nice at home, and everything's so strange here. Does anyone know that word? It's a little harder, I know. No, this one isn't lonely. Homesick. And homesick is when you're far away from home and you're missing everything that you had while you were at home. Okay, let's ask some questions here. If I'm surrounded by friends, am I lonely? That's right, I'm not lonely. And if you feel lonely, are you sad or happy? Right, you'd be sad. Can I be lonely in my hometown? I know that's a harder one. No, actually, you can be lonely in your hometown because you could be at home and you could be where you grew up, but feel very lonely. How about, can you be homesick if you're at home? That's right, you can't. You can only be homesick when you're away from home. If you feel homesick, are you happy or sad? That's right, you're sad. Great job. Okay, now I have this odd one out activity for you to do, which is right here. And you are going to work in pairs, and the one I would hand out would not have the circles. And you are going to circle which one does not belong based off of the definitions. Okay, so the rationale here is that acting and using actions can create a memorable activity that'll help retain the vocab. It's also good to teach these slightly abstract concepts, the idea behind the worksheet that allows students to write and discuss in a different way since they're working in pairs, and also adds some contextual understanding to the words. Great, next day. Okay, class, can anyone tell me what this is? Can anyone think of a word to describe how this person is feeling? Right, the person's yawning. Okay, good. Didn't sleep enough. Needs to rest, correct? That's right, tired. Great job. This person is clearly very tired. Now, what about this one? That's right, this person is also tired, but look, they're so tired that she was drinking a cup of coffee and working but still fell asleep. This person is exhausted, it's called. Okay, so that's if you're so tired. Now, let me ask you some questions about that. Think about if you slept 8 hours, would you be tired the next morning? No, you wouldn't, because 8 hours is a lot of sleep. What would you be if you slept, say, 5 hours? That's right, you'd be tired. And if you didn't sleep at all last night, exactly, you'd be exhausted. Great. And so if I'm really tired, then I am exhausted. Perfect. Okay, now with these two new words that we've learned, tired and exhausted, which I've written up the spelling on the board for you, you are going to write sample sentences individually, and then I'll call on you to share some of your sentences with the class. So one sentence for each word, one for exhausted, one for tired. Great, and the rationale here is that using visuals help visual learners in classroom. The production element of building their own sentences will allow students to sort of build their own schema for associating the words to help them remember it better. Okay, great. Now, I would like a couple of volunteers to write up on the board. Now, I'd like you to write the words disappointed and miserable. Disappointed is spelled Disappointed, and miserable is spelled Miserable. Great. Okay, now that we have those words up there, does anybody know what disappointed means? Right, that's good. It is like when you expect someone to go on a date with you and they say no. Very good. Um, yes, great. Timothy, another very good example. Okay, how about miserable? No, I see nobody recognizes the word miserable. Well, this is when you're very, very sad and you're in pain and it hurts. It's not a good emotion. Kind of like disappointed, this is also a very negative emotion. Now, some questions for the class. If your friend promised to give you $10 and instead had $20 for you, would you be disappointed? No, you wouldn't be disappointed because that's more than you expected from your friend. You'd be very happy. Now, if you feel disappointed, do you feel happy? That's right, you don't. Could being disappointed make you miserable? Yeah, I know that's a harder one, but sometimes if you're disappointed because someone did something really bad, maybe your girlfriend cheated on you, that would disappoint you, but also make you just miserable, so sad and hurt. Great. Um, so if I found out my dog had died, how would that make me feel? That's right, miserable. That's not disappointed at all. Good. Now, we have 8 students in the class, so I'd like 2 groups of 4, and you'll take a few minutes to do a scenario. You can pick either, um, you can do a scenario based off of either the word disappointed or the word miserable. And I want a 1-minute skit, and you have a few minutes to go off into your groups and do that now. Great. And then the rationale here is that in the teaching, I'm doing eliciting by increasing knowledge by hearing from fellow students. So the students are writing up on the board and they're coming up with the definitions themselves, or at least hearing some of the definitions from fellow students. Or if a student can't get it, there's increased attention towards me right away because the students can get it. Now, this allows the production element allows a student-centered learning. Um, it allows all the students in those groups to increase their understanding of it through doing the skit, and they'll remember it better through doing that skit and that activity. Great, thank you.